You're now tuned into pSyk's weekly Nerf dosage.
Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome to episode 100 of PWND. Finally, I am back. It's been a minute, but yes, it is my 100th episode. Thank you. It's been a crazy long journey in this whole Nerf hobby. There are some ups and downs. There were some ups and downs, and recently the reason why I didn't do any videos is there's no excuse. I just got lazy. Look at my wall, it's blue now. Remember the previous episode I was telling you guys, that shit, and there was like damage and stuff because we changed the AC unit. So I kind of took like a weekend off to just like repaint my wall. But me being the perfectionist, I had to sand down the wall. I had to make sure that the differences in the layers of paint were all evened out. And I had to patch up the holes in the wall, whatever holes there were that I could patch up. Still a bit here that's inevitable because I didn't want to use like what's that called? It's not even putty. Grout. Yeah, I didn't want to use too much grout because grout cracks, and because in Singapore it's really hot, and when you turn the AC on it's really cold. People who've been in Singapore, or Singaporeans, when you live here, you obviously know. So I didn't want it to have like an unsightly crack, so I just filled up a little bit, patched it up a bit, and I smoothed it out, and okay, it's done. I was also in Taiwan, and then I was also busy modding. I have a lot of things that I want to share with you guys, but not in this episode. I will release it over time. So this episode, if you guys already seen the video title, it is about how to shop on Taobao. And I'll just let you guys know first. This is my first time actually running a screen recorder program. Sorry about it. I hope that you guys don't mind. It's a little bit glitchy because it's a free program. I have no control over things like the frame rate, speed. I did not expect the glitchiness to happen. I did not expect a lot of things, but it does record the clicks. It does display the clicks, and I recorded the voice with my iPhone, and I just basically put the two together. The quality isn't that good because I'm not able to also adjust the resolution of the video, and I'm not able to adjust the output format, so I had to kind of convert the video from one file format to another so that I could edit it. So I'm sorry guys, but I think that it should be enough for you guys to kind of understand about what I'm trying to say in the video. So yeah, now my disclaimer's over. Please check out the video. Hey, what's up people? This is my first time recording my screen, so please pardon me, my skills aren't really up to par. I'm just trying out like a screen recording software and stuff. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. You can see right now this is Taobao's main screen or landing page, and I know that a lot of you do not speak Chinese natively or you do not understand the Hanyu Pinyin, but this over here, Taobao. Now if you do not know Chinese language, then you would just pronounce it the way Coop does, which is like Taobao. But this is being a Chinese site, it's Taobao, okay? Taobaobuying, which means Taobao net. Now you know that the URL here says sea.taobao.com. I actually keyed in www.taobao.com. Now just quickly show you guys, and it brings me back here. So yeah. Now let's go ahead and give you some pointers before we actually go and start browsing Taobao. Now first of all, I'd like to introduce you guys to two different sites, which is very important, and sites that you should know. First is Google Translate, and you can see the URL right here. And the next is a currency exchange site, which is xe.com, and the currency that you have to worry about, or you guys have to take note of, is that Taobao, being from China, will calculate everything in Chinese yuan, renminbi. So please don't get confused with the yen sign. It's not Japanese yen, it's Chinese yen. And what is cool is that you can just click this button and swap the sides or swap the different conversion rates. Same thing goes for the Google Translate, and you want to have it natively from English, which is the language that we'll be using, and you want to translate it over into Chinese simplified. Don't worry about traditional. I know that there's two Chinese over here, but we're going to go for simplified. Okay, going back to the currency one, just for fun, let's just state $1 and let's see how much this converts to And today's date is the 16th of April 2015. And I know that over time, and in fact every day, the rates are different, but let's just go off an average of about 6 Chinese dollars is equivalent to 1 USD. So let's just use that as conversion, okay? Of course, if you guys are not so sure, then you can always come back here and hit the convert button again and then just key in whatever you want to. Right, now let's go into keywords for searching. Right off the bat, I want to let you guys know that there is no keyword for the word Nerf. Check it out. Just translates to Nerf. Okay, so things that you guys might want to take note of are words such as like, you know, toy or gun. Yes, they don't use the word blaster because, you know, they're natively Chinese. So they use the word gun, they use the word toy. For example, toy is this is 玩具, and this is gun. Oh, sorry, my bad. Gun. Okay, so you want to kind of remember this. At the same time, they don't really use the word foam, but they do use EVA. And you see, cannot really translate because it doesn't seem like a normal word, but EVA is actually the type of foam that's being used. Alright, so I will put a list of keywords that you guys can search inside the video description box below. One of which Nubi has informed me. He thought that the word, or he might be right, I have no idea, but he thought that the Chinese equivalent for the word Nerf is 热火. 热火, if you do not you know, have it in the context of Nerf, basically 热火 means it's popular. When something is very 热火, it means really hot, like a fire. So if you just type in hot fire, you'll get exactly what it is, 热火. That's hot fire, okay? Direct translation. Yeah, so those are some of the keywords that you guys should take note of. Now let's go back to the Taobao page. Now I'm gonna teach you guys some links and some of the different buttons that you guys can use so you can kind of like look through it. Now, most of the time you don't have to worry so much about you know, whether or not you should convert different words, you know, and stuff like that. Just use Nerf. Let's start off with Nerf. So we just go and key Nerf and we'll hit the return button and we'll get this page. And you'll see that it's all a bunch of funny stuff, and you see all the crazy prices and everything. So this is where you can actually highlight the price. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, please ignore this yen thing, but you can highlight the price and then you can come here, you know. Okay, let's say for example, let's look at this. Okay, darts. So it says like 100 something, so you can see 100 darts. So this is 28 Chinese renminbi. So let's go here and check it out. And now it's in US dollars, so just click this button and I'll change it over. So 28 Chinese renminbi, and I want to find out how much that costs in US dollars. That would be $4, which is $4.50, which is pretty good. $4.50 for 100 darts, not so bad. Now you guys can see over here there's a worker you know, product and everything. I'll get into that in a little while so that you guys can, you know, oh yeah, there's even more worker stuff and like a CTR and everything. So everything Nerf related. But if you scroll all the way down, you realize that the sheer number of Nerf related stuff is insane. Look, they have a lot more, so much more than just 5. You can just keep clicking and just keep scrolling through, okay? And you'll notice that there are already like stuff like this, airsoft stuff, you know, whatever. But you can actually key in this over here to skip to a page. Like maybe for example, I'm feeling very lucky today, I just want to try the number, say, I don't know, 94. So let's go for 94 and then we'll hit the return key and then we'll end up on page 94 and you'll see all this stuff over here. Just to prove to you guys that this is page 94, scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see it's 94. So there's 94 pages worth of stuff, even more than 94 in fact. So how are we gonna sort what is popular and what is not? Very simple. Oh hey, look at this, looks pretty cool. But it's just a, like, you know, one of those water baby blasters, but it just looks pretty cool, right? Yeah. How do you want to sort by popularity, for example? You want to look for this button over here. This says 人气, which basically means kind of like well, in a sense, popularity. Like it's more like karma, something like that. 人气 is like, I don't know, like human to human connection, how well it attracts people. So we'll click this button and then it will sort everything in this manner. Now you notice that the button changes and it says 人气从高到低, which basically means popularity sorted from highest to lowest. And if you guys try and highlight the text here, you notice that the mouse cursor doesn't let you. So what you can do is you can start from this corner over here, and you click and drag all the way like that. Then we're going to copy it. I'm hitting Control C. I'll come back here. I'm going to swap it from English to Chinese, and then I'm going to paste that in. And the first two characters, these two over here, we're going to want to get rid of it. So just this, and you see popular high to low. Alright, it's 1 to 100, so this is how it's being sorted. So it's just popularity. Now it's time for us to scroll down and take a look at something interesting, like something that I spotted earlier on, just a moment ago. You guys can see that there's a worker stock over here, as well as this. And you have no idea about this guy over here, F10555. This is the guy that actually sells all the cool 3D printed stuff. Now, in this corner over here, sir, as of today, it's a really new product, which is the 3D printed long shot grip. And I'm going to just click on it and it opens up in a new window, or a new tab. And this is the item itself. And you can move your mouse over and you can still, you know, zoom in the picture and everything. Very much like eBay, you can click on this and you can have this picture instead, you know, stuff like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring attention to this corner over here first. Alright. Now, this is the name of the user, or the shop name. Okay, this is the shop name and this is the name of the user. Alright. And this is like kind of like an eBay ranking, and they have a few symbols. It starts off basically with hearts, followed by diamonds, followed by silver crowns, and then by gold crowns. So this guy has about like 4 diamonds. It's kind of like this. 5 hearts make up 1 diamond, 5 diamonds make up a silver crown, 5 silver crowns make up a gold crown, and so on and so forth. And this is based on things like number of sales, you know, and reputation, etc. And you can also see this area over here. This is kind of like the ranking. Now I'm gonna just highlight this, and then I'm gonna copy it, and I'm gonna translate it so that you guys can kind of tell what it is. So the first one is description, service, followed by logistics. So this, sorry, wrong tab. This, description, service, followed by logistics. And as long as someone has like a up arrow, it means it's rising, and this is good. So you always want to take note of this, okay? I know that for you guys, I'm not going to teach you all how to buy directly off Taobao. I'm going to kind of point you guys to agents, because you guys, most of my viewers at least, don't have the ability to, you know, buy off Taobao because it's purely in Chinese. So you want to take a look at the rankings first, because most agents don't want to take responsibility if you're buying from a not so reputable seller. Yeah. Alright, so now the thing is, when it comes to stuff like this, like for example the grip, there are some options over here, and you have to basically be able to try to how do I call this? Try to translate all this first. So as you could see, I was struggling a little bit just so I could click, you know, and highlight it. So as always, start off in the corner, and then you want to drag it, okay, and you want to, well, just copy it and try to remember how many characters there are, because knowing the number of characters really helps you with the translation. Now you see everything is broken into lines now because of the way we copied it like that. So it says black slider, black rod, it's a kit. White slider, silver rod, it's a kit. Right side of the skin rail, optional. Bottom skin rail, optional. Skin on the left side, rail, optional. So these are all just basically the tactical rails, or the Picatinny rails. This would be the grip itself with the metal arms. Okay, so you guys have to try to use some, you know, I don't know what you call it, perceptive skills, try and guess what it actually means. So like you get to choose basically black grips and slider arms and things like that. So yeah, these are kind of things that you have to take note of whenever you're buying. Of course, depending on from agent to agent, some agents actually come back to you and say, hey, you know, what color do you want, etc. So if you scroll down, you'll see more descriptions, and you guys can slowly try to translate everything if you want. But basically this guy is just showing you what the side rails are. This is the bottom rail, and this is the side rail, and this is his description on what you should do to your long shot. Basically taking out the bipod first, closing everything up, how do you yank this thing out, you know, the usual mods, and then install the arms onto the grip first so that you have the grip like that. This was a silver arm, this is a black arm, you know. You have the what do you call this, rod that connects to the bolt sled, and you can see it's like that, etc. So you're kind of just using a very detailed pictorial kind of representation, an instructional thing to show you how to install this script. So this is pretty cool. I like this guy a lot, this F10555 dude. I think he's quite cool. Alright, so this is how you look at the description of the shop, of the name, the ranking, certain stuff over here. Now, this over here means take a look again at things that you've looked at before. So it's kind of like see it again or view it again. It says 看了又看, so literally translate to see already, see again. Okay, and then this button over here is to enter any of the seller's online Taobao store. So I'm going to click this button over here and we'll be brought to another tab, and you can see that this is something like the seller page, or you know, like this online store that eBay has. So this is the equivalent, and you'll see that he has nice muzzles and nice grips and nice 3D printed attachments and everything. Alright, it doesn't really seem like a full complete set, but if you look over here in the top corner, this means for view more, which is 更多. If you directly translate it, it means even more. So you click on it and we'll be able to see even more stuff that this guy has to offer. So he has stuff like this, like this, like this, like this, you know. And if you keep scrolling down, you'll see the pagination, then you can skip the pages to your heart's content and see what else he has to offer. Alright, so this is how basically you navigate. Let me just point out to you guys some other interesting stuff. Taobao seems to be lagging right now, but yeah, you get the idea. Oh, okay, so it's more models and stuff. Right, coming back to, I'm gonna get rid of all these tabs. Coming back to this page over here, you can see that there's worker stuff over here, and there's this, which looks like a new product. So let's go ahead and check it out, shall we? I'm comparing this, and this looks like the user's a bit different. We gotta check out both just to make sure that there's no fraud in any case. So this is where the ranking comes in. This guy is TACC something. He has 2 diamonds versus this guy over here who has a silver crown. But it also depends on what other stuff each seller sells. So you guys, it's really up to your discretion. You know, you guys have to really take your time and just keep browsing around Taobao to find good stuff. As you guys can see, this is like a replacement tube or like barrel material, which is made by this company called, or this third-party modding company called ACC, Nerf Technology ACC, and it's a worker brand thing, which is pretty cool. So China is a huge market. They have a lot of crazy stuff out for sale, like stocks, grips, springs, even darts. You know, they've got a very nice metal retaliator shotgun grip. But yeah, basically, So I hope that this helps you guys out a little bit, so that you can just browse around and see what stuff there are. Now I'm gonna teach you guys how I personally normally search for all those knockoff stuff. Okay, so earlier on I was telling you guys that keywords are important, and I also shared with you that on Taobao they don't really have the word foam, they use the word EVA instead. So I'm going to key in EVA right here, but I want to use the word EVA, let's say toy gun. Okay, so I'm switching back over to English over here. I'm going to just highlight everything. I'm going to type toy gun. I'm going to just get this, copy it, and paste it back in here. Hit the return key and see what I get. Because now Taobao is searching for toy gun and EVA foam, and you'll see, oh, okay, there's one knockoff here, there's another one over here. You know, see for yourselves, guys. A lot of weird looking, cheap looking off-brand stuff. Oh, this looks like the one that I bought and I gave back to Kenji, right? So if you guys take your time and basically just keep looking through Taobao, you'll be able to find some really cool stuff like this. And this it's a great place to buy stuff like the Photon Storm, you know. And I got the whole that cyber line. I got it from here on Taobao. So you can see things like this. It looks like an M4, but it fires off Nerf darts. I don't know, man. It's just, this is China, and they have a lot of bootleg, a lot of copied stuff. You can see from over here, these are like more like the sponsored links. Look at this. Look at this. It's like
it's like a recon or retaliator, you know, almost exactly like that, in gold or silver, and then it fires off water babies and darts. Let's just check this out for fun. Look at this next picture. Okay, it's like gray and yellow, and you can still detach everything and attach everything. It comes in a box like this, you guys can see. It's just another Retaliator knockoff. I'll scroll down and see if there's any other pictures for this item. Yes, there are. So a lot of the times I get kind of enticed, or I get kind of like suckered into buying some of these stuff simply because it's really interesting and really unique. Yeah, it's just my confession to you guys. I mean, look at that, look at the detail on this blaster, look. There's no way you can deny it. Look at this, look at this. This is the cool one. It fires off darts too, check it out. Look, it fires off darts, look. They put a picture of a dart here, so you basically want to load the dart from the front, and then you're going to just fire it off. But look at this. This is amazing, right? Yeah, so this is the first part where I actually kind of taught you guys how to basically navigate through the Taobao site and search for the important keywords, and I hope that this will help you guys kickstart off your crazy hunts and money spending journey on Taobao. Next up is how are you gonna get your stuff from Taobao to your your doorstep. I've also prepared a bunch of stuff, different links to different agents, and this one is the one that I use. This is Peeka. So for those of you in Singapore, if you all want pretty darn good service, you can consider using Peeka. Yes, it's not the cheapest, I would say. Yeah, not the cheapest agent, but this customer service is really great. Alright, moving on to international agents. I found a few. You guys can just go and Google and do your own research, find out or not whether these are actually trustable. Don't take my word for it, but I have one that is here. It's called Panlishop.com. I do believe that they ship over to US. You have this Taobaobuying.com. You have also this one, which is Yoybuy, and Yoybuy I think is pretty cool because I would say that they're more legit than the rest because they contacted me before about buying stuff from Taobao using their services. And then you have this one, which is Budybuy.com, and the last one I found is called Taobao Focus. Now what an agent does is basically you place the order through them. They will help translate. Not all do, but most of them do. They will help translate your items, and then they will ask you questions based on that. Like for example, what size do you want if you're buying clothes? What color do you want if there's any color variations and things like that. Then what happens is you will pay them, most of the time you pay them at least a minimal fee for the order, and then the order will be shipped over to whichever agent that you chose, their warehouse or their address, and from there they will get your item and then ship it over to you. So you kind of have to pay double shipping sometimes. It's almost like buying from domestic and then shipping international over to you, and it does take some time, but you guys just check them out. Like, I'm pretty sure that any of these sites will only require you to have a proper account, password or whatever it is before they start letting you use their services. I know that Peeka does, but I have no complaints about Peeka because Peeka is really just really good. Alright, so yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I hope that you guys had some new information and something to take home with, and I hope that this really answers a lot of your prayers, because a lot of you guys are asking me stuff like, hey Psych, I want to get this, I want to get that, where do you get your cool 3D printed grip, where do you get these cool blasters from, etc. And the only thing I can say is it's on Taobao, and it's gonna be hard for me if I were to order them, put them in my place, and then ship it out again to you. So hopefully by sharing with you the methods and the steps that I take to go through just to get a Taobao item using agents, I hope that you will too. Not only will it save you money from actually shipping over to me and then from me shipping out to you, but you also save time, and yeah.
Welcome back, and I hope that was informative for you guys. So I did mention a whole bunch of different agents, but I did not really elaborate too well because I was talking to the microphone or to my phone without any like visual references, so I'm gonna try to explain to you guys now. This is like a port or freight forwarding service. So what happens is, like for example, if we in Singapore want to order some stuff, say from eBay, sometimes some sellers don't actually offer shipping over to Singapore. We'd have to get a freight forwarding agent. So what happens there? Sorry guys. What happens then is that you pay for the product. Like for example, I'll pay for the product myself on eBay. I'll pay with my PayPal, whatever. And I'll get the seller to actually ship it to the freight forwarding place, which is located domestically in the US. And then from there, these guys will let me know, hey Ben, well that's my name by the way. I think you guys already know. Hey Ben, we have a product that came in for you. Check out the invoice. So I'll check it out and I'll be like, okay, well this is mine, and I will choose to ship it over to me from US to me. So I'm kind of paying double shipping. Same thing goes for Taobao. A lot of sellers in China don't want to ship out of China. I don't know why. My Chinese is not that good, so I'm not able to tell you why. But I do know one thing that you guys have to take note of. Some agents, they have kind of like a strict anti-firearm policy. I don't even know if it applies to the US, but it applies to us. Sometimes they have like these strict no firearms or no replica firearms laws or rules, and it's very iffy. Like the same agent could sometimes ship like a Nerf blaster and sometimes could not ship a Nerf blaster over because they say, oh, it looks too much like a toy, like a replica firearm, when it's the exact same model. Like for example, you guys have seen the knockoff that I recently got, the whole set. What was it called? Cyber something? Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but it's the little white pistol that I gave to Kenji. And that's the only one. The first time we shipped it in, it was using this agent. And it's a Singaporean agent, so it doesn't really concern you guys in the States or you guys overseas outside of Singapore. But we shipped it in with this agent. It arrived here without any problems. Gave it to Kenji and we decided, let's go get another one. And then this time they say that, oh, I'm sorry, we're not able to ship this over because it looks like a firearm replica. And we're like, you just shipped the same one to me. And they just didn't want to answer us and they just refused to ship it over. So you guys should really take note of that. My experience with Peeka is pretty good because Peeka offers me good customer service. They do, however, have like a little credit system. It's almost like PayPal. You pay for stuff, and then if there's any leftover or if there's a surcharge or whatever, you gotta kind of pay it to them in their credit. And if you get a refund, like for example, if an item is bought wrongly or if it's out of stock and you've already made the payment, because they usually ask for a 50% down payment, or I think the item's down payment, and then they will add the shipping when the items actually arrive to their warehouse. So if an item is sold out but you've already paid, they don't really give you the cash back immediately. They kind of have like a credit system, and then after a little while you can opt for cash back into the credit card account. But it's like, you get what I mean, it's like a credit system. So they do have a rebate system, they do have a discount system, they do have coupon systems, and they do have refund systems. So I think it's pretty cool. And remember that time when I first got my Rapid Strike for you guys, I actually shared with you all that it didn't come with a battery tray, and I don't know if I did, I can't remember, but my first Rapid Strike, I don't know if I got it down, but my first Rapid Strike was a bootleg one, not really bootleg, it was a pre-release one that I got from China, and I got it off Taobao before the actual release date. And the item came, the box was pretty beat up. It was a very strange Rapid Strike box that basically advertised two 18-dot clips in it, two 18-dot full clear clips in it. So when I took it out, I had only one clip. I had like a packet of darts that looked obviously repacked. It's like, I think it was 36 darts, and then they took out 18 and they kind of repacked it. And then it was missing the battery tray. So I told Peeka that I had no way to operate this because I didn't have a battery tray, so I took pictures for them, and they actually got me a replacement. So that's pretty cool. They didn't even charge me for the replacement. I think they just billed it to the seller. So I like the kind of service. I think it's really good. And in terms of choosing a color, like you can specify, for example, if you don't mind, maybe for example, let's buy a Fire Strike. Now Fire Strike has an orange version and it has a blue version. So you can kind of tell them that I specifically want the orange version. Because you know how it is, like on eBay and on Amazon, sometimes they show you an orange picture but they actually ship you the blue version. They'll write a little disclaimer there saying colors may vary. you can specify and say that I particularly want the orange version. So they will contact the seller and request for them to have the orange version, and they will tell them, you know, we really want the orange version. If you don't have the orange version, then we won't go ahead and order it, and then they'll let you know. The thing is, they won't place the order, they won't make the contact with the seller until you pay. So I think that's fair enough. The only thing you have to kind of decide is whether or not you're okay with actually paying the money first and then receiving it back at a later date. Now, let's say, for example, the seller says, okay, I have an orange one and ships over a blue one. Peeka will still check it for you. That's what I believe. And they will still let you know, it didn't arrive in the color that you want, even though we asked for it. Are you still okay? Because this is what happened when I bought the 3D printed clip holders. The pair, you know, the one where you put two clips, clip the clip holder. I actually requested for black, and they actually asked the seller, and the seller said, okay, I'll print it in black. But the seller shipped 2 orange ones instead, and I placed an order for 2, but both came in orange. So they asked me, and they said that, okay, look, we actually contacted the seller, we requested for black, he said okay, but it came in orange. Are you okay with that, or do you want to request for a refund and send it back? So I'm like, I'm okay, because it's orange, it still matches the Nerf stock colors anyway, so it's cool. So the fact that they do this service, I think is pretty good. I believe that Yoybuy might do that, because I have been impressed with their follow-up service. They actually offered me, like, you know, like a little what do you call that, little partnership deal, like, okay, talk about us on your channel, and we can give you some cash rebates and coupons. You know how it works. But I did not go for it because Yoybuy I don't know where they're located, and I've already been so used to Peeka, so I just stuck with Peeka. So you guys should actually go ahead and try and look for reviews on each different agent that is available for you guys. In Singapore, we use the usual ones like 65 Taiko and Peeka. Although Peeka is a little bit more expensive. That's what I think. Yeah, please do your research first, because I don't want to be held responsible. I do not, and I will not take responsibility for anything that goes wrong. You guys really just do your research first. Most of the information that I shared with you guys, you can actually find online. I got quite a lot of good information by reading the website Taobao Field Guide. Taobao Field Guide. Yeah, I'll put a link in the description below as well. So you guys just go check it out. Yeah, that's how it works. They buy an item from the seller in China, ship it to the warehouse, and then from the warehouse they will ship it over to you. So yeah, you guys just go ahead. Take note that most of the knockoffs in Taobao, the knockoff blasters in Taobao, actually perform under par. They don't perform as well as the standard elite range now. They actually perform like the old N-Strike series. However, if you guys know of blaster brands like SDL, for example, they have pretty crappy safety standards, but that means that they actually have pretty darn strong springs in it. So it's a really cheap way to kind of source for a poorly made blaster, beat the shit out of it, and then use the internals, and then well, basically salvage everything else. It's entirely your choice. You get stuff like laser pointers, actual laser markers or laser painter markers from these blasters. Some of them. So yeah, happy shopping, guys. I hope that you found this informative, and I hope that this answers your questions. Now, I know that a lot of you are like, Psych, for your 100th video, I was kind of hoping to see a mod and everything. I'm sorry, guys, not this episode, because the Taobao section is already about, I think, 20 over minutes long, and that's going to make this episode even longer if I were to add a mod inside. So stay tuned. I will share with you that I do have some products to review. I bought myself a couple of Explorer stuff that I thought that is worthy enough to be reviewed on this channel. I also bought some really cool 3D accessories from Zorko Nerf mods, and stay tuned for that. That's really good as well, and I think that he's doing a good job. So that's about it, guys. Till the next episode, I will see you guys soon. I promise the next episode is coming soon. I promise. And yeah, so till then, just pay the bills, guys, and teamwork makes the dream work. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for sticking all the way throughout. If you like this video, I hope that you guys give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed yet, I hope that you subscribe. It's my 100th video. It's been a long journey, but it's been a fun journey. Thank you so much for the support. And I will keep doing my thing. Peace.